Right, so this is for YouTube. I'm going to give you a tutorial all the way through from start to finish. It's going to be a bit fast and a bit rough because I'm busy and I ain't got a lot of time to edit it. But basically, this is a 6 metre by 3.5 metre. We use a concrete pile system, which means we dig a series of holes. In the hole, we'll drop this 24mm threaded bar. It's got a 100 by 100 square plate washer on there, which is trapped between two nuts. The purpose of that is to stop the weight of the building driving through the concrete, which it would just push that rod through. So we use a set of string lines. I'll just show you basically. So if that's your ground there, we dig a hole. It's about 500 or 600 deep, depending on ground conditions. The threaded bar sits in the hole like that. There's your plate washer. There's your nuts holding the washer in place. This then gets all filled with concrete, and then we've got a shoe that sits on there which carries the frame, which I'll show you tomorrow. So basically, how many's gone in this? 24?
Yeah.
There's 24 rods gone in this. There's over 50 kilos of concrete in each hole. So it's provided a solid base. We use these string lines to keep the rods in line. What we need to do that because tomorrow when we drill the timbers, they need to be dead in line so the timbers sit directly on them and there's no twist in them. So that's the basing. It's been a long day. There's been a lot of concrete and bricks under here, which has been hard to do. But you can see the basic size of it. So this side here is going to be a family room. It's going to have bifold doors there. It's going to have a ceiling to floor window over there. This side's going to be a store area. It's going to have a cedar clad door there, and it's going to have a letterbox window up here. So if you keep watching, keep subscribing and keep liking, ask me any questions and I'll try and answer them as quick as I can. And tomorrow we're going to get the base in and we'll insulate the base, get the 22mm Erga Protect flooring on top of that, and possibly get some walls up depending on weather. So if you'd like to like, subscribe and comment, thank you. Base now. What we're doing is putting these 4x3, they've been pressure treated. So Joe's gone round and he's used the laser there, and we've locked off all nuts so they're all level. Sean's then drill and cut the steel. This man drill for the 26mm splitting it. He's then ground them off to create these shoes, which then sit on top of the threaded bar on the lock nuts. We then drill a 26mm hole in the 4x3. We get the circular saw and we cut it to depth like that, so when John winds down the nut like that, it'll sit flush with the top of the timber, and then we can sit the base on there. So that's the base going in. Like I said, it's 6 metres by 3.5 metres. As soon as we've got these in, then we're going to get the internal joists in and put some insulation in as well. Yeah. Right, so all the joists are in. Right, so all the joists are in, the 4x3s are in, it's all treated. We've dropped in this 100mm fallback insulation in between as well. What we're going to do now is put over some breathable membrane and then put the 22mm Erga chipboard tongue groove flooring over that as well. Thanks.
Love you.
Okay, so we finished the base. Just to recap, we've done our concrete pile system. So it's 24mm threaded bar in a hole, 600 deep, about 200 wide. There's 50 kilos of concrete in each pile. There's 25 or 26 piles in this. We've then put 4x3 around the perimeter and along the middle. It's all been pressure treated, and then we've dropped our joists on our joist hangers, which are also pressure treated. They're 4x2. We've put the 100mm Kingspan in between them. We put the, if you can see it, there's a membrane on top of that, a moisture barrier, and then we put the 22mm Erga chipboard Protect on it. There's no other company using 22mm. Over-engineered as always. So that's it, that's your base. If you keep watching, we're going to put the walls up tomorrow, so if you can like and subscribe, that'd be great, thank you. So this video we're going to do the walls. It absolutely peed it down yesterday, so never got anything done. But this 22mm Erga Protect, it can be left outside for 6 weeks in the rain. So we're going to scrape all this glue off, and we're going to move these boards, and then we're going to build the walls out of 4x2 CLS. The front walls will be built out of 5x2. That steel beam over there will go over the top of the doors, and the OSB there is what we'll clad the building in to give it rigidity. So if you keep watching, I'll show you how we build the walls and get the frame and the structure up. We're using 4x2 stuff for the back wall. So what we're going to do, we're going to put two together. That's your bottom plate, that's your top plate. They're a bit twisted these, but there you go. So I'm going to mark 400 centres all the way along, and that there is where my uprights will go. So what we'll do then, we'll leave that one there, we'll split the bottom one down there. John will cut the uprights and we'll nail them all together, and that'll give us your stud. We'll put a centre noggins in after we've racked the wall, because it just makes it a little bit easier to rack it when it hasn't got your centre noggins in. The back wall's built. What we've done, we've just put 2 screws in the bottom just to hold it temporarily. What we'll do then, we're going to put a line across the back to get the back plate nice and straight, and that'll get fixed to the floor. This is the side wall going up. What we're going to do, we're going to fix the side wall to the back wall. Again, put 2 screws in just to hold it in place. But once that's fixed to that, then that ain't going to fall over. We're going to then build that side wall. We'll drop in the front walls, and then I'll show you how to rack and brace them all. But what we're going to do, once we've got all these in and they're nice and straight, we'll fix it to death down there. We'll just nail it to hell all the way so it's completely fixed to the floor. What we're going to try and do now, what we are going to do now is get this back wall straight. So that's the bottom plate. It's twisted and bent. We've joined 2 frames together, so it's not a straight line. So what we do is we drive a nail in the end there. Don't know if John can see that nail I've drove in there. There's one in the other end as well. We've put a string line on, which goes across the bottom of the timber, and that's pulled taut. And then what we do, we get 3 blocks of wood, all the same size, and put one in that end there like that. Sean, put your block in the other end. In each end, and what we'll do, we'll hold this block down there, and you can see how far that wall is out. So what we'll do then, we'll kick the wall across so that the block just slides down, and then we'll put a screw there, and we'll do that all the way down, and then that'll mean the bottom plate is dead straight. Right, so all the walls are up. We built the front wall. What we've done here, we're going to put steel across here. So this little pier there is 160mm, which is the size of the steel, smaller than the front wall. The front wall is 75mm higher than the back wall, which will create the pitch. We've braced it and wrapped it, which basically means we've put a series of timbers in at diagonals and on these 45 braces, so it's absolutely rock solid now, so it's not going to go anywhere. So that'll give us a bit of strength. We'll put a steel on, we'll tech screw our steel to the timber, and then we're going to OSB it as well. Thank you. Get it past your props now. Yep, right. Now pull it past yours so I can get mine past.
There you go. Are you through?
Yeah, roll it up. Stand it up.
Okay? Yep. She's in.
Talk about it now.
So that's the steel gone in. It's a 160 by 80 beam, hollow beam. What we'll do then, we'll put our roof joists on, we'll put some joist angles upside down and tech screw them to there. We're going to put another bit of CLS across the front of that and a piece there as well. That'll carry our plasterboard, and our joist angles will fix to that. We'll tech screw that as well. And that's it. Tech fast self-drilling screws. And what we're going to do, John's piloted them, because if you don't pilot them they tend to burn out, and then he's going to drive them into the steel. There you go. So that's the 4x2. We put one full piece and we've got another piece of 4x2, and it's been tech screwed to steel. That'll now allow us to fit our joist hangers, which will hold our roof timbers down to that. It will also allow the plasterboard to be fixed to that as well. On the outside we'll put some OSB and we'll tech screw that to that as well. So there you go, that's all the frame in. And that'll give it a bit of rigidity. What I've done, you can see there, I've actually marked 400 centres down the boards. So when John's nailing it, he doesn't have to measure them or anything like that. He's already got his marks for where his timbers are, and we've cut them to length as well. He's nailing them on with Pazlords. Ring cut nails, 63mm ring cut nails. They're 90s, they're not 63s. There you go, look, they're never 63s. There's John, say hi John.
And I'm done it. Hi everybody.
There's John.
Hi.
The wall's finished. We've used 4x2 CLS on the back and the sides. We've clad it with 11mm OSB. We've used 63mm ring cut nails to fix that to the walls. We've braced it, we've strapped it, it's not going nowhere. The front wall is 5x2. We've dropped a steel section in there, we've sandwiched it in between some OSB and some timbers. What we'll do tomorrow, Monday rather, we're going to drop the roof timbers on. So there's going to be a set of bifold doors there, they'll all slide this way. There's going to be a floor-to-ceiling window there, looking out into the garden. There's a letterbox window there. There's going to be a stud wall here which will divide this family room, and this will be a store room. And there will be a cedar-clad door. That'll be frosted glass so nobody can look in and see what he's got in his garage. And that's it, that's your walls done, that's your base done, and that's your walls done. So please like and subscribe and follow me, and we'll put the roof on Monday. Thank you.